In this video, I'm going to show you how to create and execute a simple, filtered, unauthenticated HTTP request within a UiPath API workflow. So let's first go ahead and create a new API solution. To exemplify how to execute an HTTP request with a filter parameter, we're going to use an open API endpoint and then extract a piece of information from the result and output it. First, let's add an HTTP request activity on the canvas. Now let's fill in its properties. We're going to paste our request endpoint into the URL property. Then we're going to select the dictionary editor in the query parameters property, type in the key and the value of the parameter we want to filter by, and click Save. Notice the output property of our HTTP request. This is the name of the output variable which will store the result of the activity. Now let's hit debug and see what happens. The workflow has executed successfully and we can see the results in the output panel. The actual response content is returned under the content property and the results in the results property. So let's look at the results. We see there's a single result which met our filter property. We want to output the ID, so we're going to create an output argument. Think of output arguments as fields you want to expose externally, describing the results of the API automation we've just built. Let's say Maestro or an agent wants to know what the automation will return. We use output arguments to inform them. To create an argument, we go the left side of the canvas to Data Manager. Click on the plus sign next to Outputs and give your output a suggestive name. We saw that our character ID is a number, so we're changing the type of the argument to the corresponding one. Now let's add a response step to the canvas. The response step is how you set values for your output arguments. In order for an output argument to be populated, it needs to appear as a key in the response step, with the exact same name that we have defined in Data Manager. Let's open the JavaScript expression editor from the response step properties, add our argument to the response, and assign the value of the ID to it. We're going to find the character ID in the context outputs under Content, Results, First Result, ID. So that's what we're going to fill in our JS expression. As you write the expression, notice how the data in the expression output section in the right lower part of the editor changes. This shows the real-time output of your expression. We can use it to understand the structure of the object, easily navigate its properties, and validate that our expression is correct. The expression output shows 21, which is the ID that we saw earlier while we were navigating the response. Hit Save. Now let's debug our workflow again and see what happens. And voila! Everything ran successfully and the ID that we wanted to extract is now outputted through our argument. You now have a complete functional API workflow. Thanks for watching.